Going to be a little funky, but we're going to get it done. I am in the podcast studio at our co-hatch. I only have my laptop and iPad. I usually have another screen over here, but let's go ahead and see if this is rolling. This is what I look at on my end of things usually, with all of these tabs opened up. And we are good to go on Facebook and YouTube, so let's hop in today. Today we're going to be starting off with current events. It is Thursday, so I'm going to go over and rehash a little bit about the redevelopment that's going to be going on in Indianapolis here in the coming future. I got this article here I read and I'm going to be posting on Facebook here in a second. It's talking about all the development that's going on. I just want to point out a couple names and maybe a little bit about what's going to happen. We got the Circle Center Mall. The same people that did the whole Bottle Works thing up on Mass Ave are going to be doing this, and everybody loves the garage and all the other cool things that have gone in around there. We've seen the surrounding area around there absolutely explode recently from all of that development going on. Next up is Lafayette Square Mall. I didn't know that one was getting redeveloped. I used to go there all the time, even though I'm from Zionsville. It's not that far of a drive, and it's not a bad mall, to be honest. Irvington Plaza. So we've had a lot of development going on in Irvington regardless. There's historic neighborhoods there that have helped keep up the property values there quite a bit. So it's becoming a hot spot for people to move. It's one of those neighborhoods on the east side that people are going to be pretty happy to live in. But as an investment, it is hard to get into Irvington homes because that demand is so high. So if you're looking to purchase a home in Irvington, you need to make sure that you act before everybody else is getting on a home. And you do that by making sure that you listen to stuff like this or looking at the new listings yourself as they come out. The 11 Park, if you didn't know, Indianapolis, I'm not the most well versed on this, but I think it's a minor league soccer team that we have. I went to a couple of games in high school. It was a blast, but it was all the way up in like Fort Wayne, I think. So we are going to have a park here in Indy. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think Indianapolis is positioning itself to get a major league soccer team. So that would be pretty cool. Other big projects that are going on in Indianapolis, we've got, so how do I describe this building the best? The old City Hall, it is a massive, massive building over by Mass Ave. I used to walk by it all the time going to lunch while I was working at New Western, and it's just this crazy big marble, granite, I don't know, building. And there's always just people sitting out front on the stairs, or there's some benches right there, but they're finally going to be redeveloping that. It looks like housing. It says these 21C hotels is going to be in on the development, so I'm assuming it's going to be some type of vacation housing. Or just fun in the city housing. City Market redevelopment. What's City Market? 2-year closure of the market. So if you go to City Market, that's going to be closed for 2 years and it's going to get completely redeveloped. I'm curious, what is City Market? Oh, yeah. Isn't this by the Regis building? I've been on this website before. No, it's not. The original gathering place as the gateway of the Monument Circle is the crown jewel of an up-and-coming East Market Cultural District. The Indianapolis City Market provides an experience like no other. Stroll through this market house that's long been a part of Indiana's history. So it looks like a spot to just kind of hang out, a little third place. Maybe it's going to end up being like the garage. It's kind of what it looks like right here. Ooh, and you can go and take a look at the catacombs as well. That's cool. I didn't even know we had catacombs here. Next up, the city plans for the Drake Apartments near the Children's Museum. If you invest or know a lot about the area around the Children's Museum, you would think the world's largest children's museum would be a pretty safe place to visit, but it hasn't been historically. Maybe some development in the area could change things about that. Some of my favorite apartments in Indianapolis, actually, they're, what is it? I think it's Buckingham and Balmore. These apartments are so cool if you are looking for a place to stay in that area. I highly recommend these. I think these are fantastic. Most of them have really cool features like the little patios they have to go outside. They almost all have exposed brick in them, and they're usually not just cookie cutter layouts. I do love those apartments. A little bit of a tangent, but cool. The Drake Apartments long-term strategic redevelopment plans for Indiana Ave, which is undergoing a study from a New York-based firm. So I'm assuming if you got a New York-based firm going in here, we're going to see some mixed-use housing there or buildings there. Expect a lot of shops on the first floor with housing or office space up above. That is what is the word? New urbanism, the architectural or city planning. Is it topic or theme? It's called new urbanism. That mixed use housing is a big part of that. Clarity on the future of the Indianapolis downtown heliport, as well as the city's strategy for the Jail 1. I was looking at another document, it said Jail 2 property, so I'm not sure if it's both of them or maybe just the one, but we'll find that out. Which could be torn down by the end of the year and presented for bid for redevelopment. Not exactly sure what they're looking to do and put there, but always tearing down, or I prefer reusing an old building, is a great way to spur investment in the city. Future of the Wilshaw Hotel project, which has been stalled in Speedway since mid-2019, and the plans for a bridge loan to a new developer delayed after IBJ reported the company's leaders were fined by the SEC for certain business practices. So it looks like this was something really cool going on, but then the developers behind it, maybe they weren't shady, maybe they just made a mistake, but the funding of that project got delayed or canceled for some reason or another. So it looks like they're trying to get somebody else to hop on this development plan. The Pan Am Plaza, a $750 million project that will see a 40-story hotel. Expansion of the convention center. That's actually going to be huge. One of the biggest pools for the Airbnb market here in Indianapolis is our convention center. I'm not sure where we rank on like largest convention centers, but this one is absolutely massive. So having a hotel connected to the space is only going to increase the amount of visitors we see come for those convention centers. However, this is probably going to increase the supply of housing for those guests, and that may hamper the Airbnb market. We'll just have to wait and see. Not everybody wants to stay in a hotel. A lot of people, myself included, if I was traveling for business, I prefer to stay in a home by myself than staying in a hotel with people that I'm at a convention with for like 72 hours. Anticipated purchase of the Broad Ripple Park Family Center. This is going to be massive. Broad Ripple is already seeing so much huge development. This is up on like the northwest side of Broad Ripple. I've been there before. I went to, what was it? I think it was Oktoberfest, a little beer festival they had going on there 2 years ago. And it's a cool space, but I've also been there in the middle of the day and there's nothing there. It's kind of sad, to be honest. It's a whole bunch of green space that nobody ever uses unless there's an event there. So redeveloping that space to make it a little more livable or functional for the community is a huge plus, in my opinion. Work starting on the improvements to a handful of underpasses associated with Union Station. That'll be great as well. We're always working on underpasses here, so anticipate more construction traffic as you try to navigate your way through the spaghetti bowl. Heading on to our regularly scheduled program, I've picked out 3 properties for today. 2 of them are nicer properties that don't really have any value add to them. We're going to start off with this one here in Zionsville, my hometown, at 2325 South 900 East. Go ahead and look at where this is as well on the Mapperoonie. It is $850,000, so not an inexpensive property by any means. This is Michigan Road, or 421 right here. You got Whitestown over here, Lebanon's here, Westfield is over to the right. Let's go ahead and look at the photos of this property. Actually, I haven't done this in a while. Let's read the listing description, although I've already been stumbling over my words all day. Hard to find retreat in the woods. Delightful post and beam houses surrounded by over 6 acres and hidden by trees. Enjoy privacy and still be close to downtown Zionsville shopping and restaurants. I will say that is not very close to downtown Zionsville. It's probably a 15-minute drive. Beautiful views for every side can be enjoyed from the deck, screened porch, or rear patio. A striking great room features open beams and large wood burning fireplace. The kitchen has warm, natural cherry cabinets, quartz countertops, and a breakfast bar. The primary suite is conveniently located on the main floor. It has two closets and an updated bath with double sink vanity. Elongated toilet. Is it elongated? I've never seen elongated toilets. And and large tiled shower. Upstairs are two spacious bedrooms, both with cathedral ceilings. They are joined by a loft and a full bathroom. The finished basement offers lots of storage options with built-in cabinetry and unfinished storage area. A geothermal system provides efficient and economical heating and cooling year round. The attached garage is 26 by 24. That's pretty big. It has unfinished carriage house space above. Even more space is provided in the Amish built barn, which also has finishable space above. Don't miss the opportunity. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even read this listing description before picking it out for today. I just wanted to showcase a house in Zionsville, and it is pretty cool. But my family is not in a position to do it right now, but we've been in talks with a couple of different family members about purchasing a home that has carriage house or ADU potential. If you're somebody that has other family members that you're okay living with, this could be a great way to create wealth in your family. You're not going to have to charge them $1,800 in rent. I'd still charge them rent. They're going to be living on your property and using your utilities. But this would be a great way. Maybe if you have recent graduate children who need a place to live, this would be a great option for them to be nearby yet have their own individual space. It looks like you have 6 acres here, so I don't think you're going to be getting in each other's way all the time. But for those nice family outings that you are, meetings, gatherings that you want to have on Sundays or whatever, you're just a walk away from your parents. Let's look at the photos. I'm interested to see this elongated toilet. So we are hidden up in the trees here. It looks like you have a little bit of an approach going up to the home. This looks like the garage with the carriage house above, so that's pretty neat. I didn't realize that there's going to be exterior access with stairs. They're right, tons and tons of trees going on over here. I like this property, and we also have the natural wood finishes on the inside. A lot of people nowadays are taking this out, but I think it would be an absolute shame to take this out of this house. I think this is crucial to the house's personality. They even got lights up here on there as well. I'm sure I would mount a TV above the fireplace. I know a lot of people don't like that, but where am I going to watch football, man? Got the back side of it too. Looks like we got vents and speakers in here. It's a little 2 vents, 2 speakers. Nice, but there's very large ceilings. It would be cool if we didn't have the crossbars, but it looks like we need to here. That is a massive fireplace. That's really cool. Oh wow, I didn't realize that the whole entire ceiling on the first floor is the hardwoods. That's pretty neat. I, again, would not update that. I would change up this kitchen. I personally don't like wood walls or ceilings mixed with wood cabinetry or wood-looking cabinetry. I myself would need it to be a solid color like white or black in order for it to feel comfortable for myself. A baby blue or something might be nice as well, like slate blue. Love the window in the kitchen. Always amazing to have. They're Ohio State fans. I see. I probably knew this family. Or is the elongated toilet? There's the huge shower. I'm surprised this wood isn't in worse condition with the humidity from the shower. That is your elongated toilet. I'm going to be honest, I don't like this setup in the bathroom. I don't think that the toilet should be right next to the shower. I'd like it to be on the other side and preferably behind a wall so you can have some privacy if your partner was using the restroom as well. But double vanity and wood finishes in the bathroom is dope. Got a loft up here. Looks pretty neat. They've made that a bedroom. I don't know if it classifies as one. Love these windows here as well. Looks like these photos might have been taken right after it was snowing. It'd be a cool room to share. They don't have closets though. You can see they've just put up this curtain here to make closets. That is not a closet. Looks like this is the bathroom that they share. Nothing special or anything, but I think it's adequate. The basement does have tiled ceilings. I think that's okay. I'd prefer it not to be. I used to grow up in houses all the time with this table everywhere. I've seen this table so much, same as this entertainment center. So definitely got a lot of their furnishing in the early 2000s. But I do like this finished out basement space. Would be cool maybe to put an actual room down here as well. Looks like there's a wet bar down here. I kind of like those stairs. I do think to be up to code that railing needs to be considerably lower. Maybe it's okay. I'm not an expert on that. Looks like the walls there might be kind of like the cubicle style texture as well. So not a big fan of that finished detail either. Looks like the unfinished barn, and this one was supposed to have carriage house space above. It does. You can have a small little studio up there. I don't know about putting a whole kitchen and a bathroom in here, but you certainly could have a couple bedrooms for guests when they come on a long weekend to hang out with your fam. You could just convert the whole thing. I would keep this as a garage and then put that door there and put your kitchen there. That way you could still have a garage and a kitchen as well. Got a whole bunch of garages. Got people outside the door. Wonder if they've got it booked. They threw me off my mojo, but I'm still looking at these photos. The landscaping looks nice. And there's a sunroom. Alright, that's all we got for that property. Got two more to look at real quick, and it is going to be really quick. This one I think is an Airbnb. It's a 18-20 span. Again, I've said this before about these Airbnbs. I would like to have some type of entrance here. Airbnb guests are going to want to feel comfortable. Maybe they just got off a flight from California and they're in town for business. They've never been to Indianapolis. I want them to feel safe and secure as they enter my home. So I would build that out. Nice and Indy themed on the inside as well. It's got open concept with a bedroom at the front of the house and I believe one at the back. It'd be a pretty simple Airbnb. They have the nice accent wall here that's going to look really nice in listing photos. You're going to get great comments about the appeal and aesthetics of the home. There's an in-suite right here. I wonder if it comes with Peloton. That'd be sick. Awesome shower as well. And there is a third bedroom here. Mudroom. And a privacy fence in the backyard. So I'd put like a bonfire pit back here. Obviously that's a little bit of a liability, but I would be okay with my guests having bonfires. It'd be a nice area for it. Look at the editing on this photo. The green outline of the tree. It's kind of funny. It does look like we got downspouts that go really far out from the house. So somebody did take time and consideration when rehabbing this house. This house over here is a negative, but if you purchase this house, I'd just always keep an eye out on that one and then rehab it and burn it. Looking at the numbers, it is 2 bedrooms, sorry. It is a 2-2. It's about 1,100 square feet. The Airbnb numbers I've got pulled up here. The revenue would be about $2,800 or $28,000 a year. I can't do math in my head because I'm tired and it's the end of the day. So we are going to, it's about $2,300 a month. So if you could get your PITI under that, you would be sitting in a pretty good spot. And I can run that super quick for us here. Wasn't planning on doing this, but let's do it. Was that the price, $325? Oh, this one's $225. $225. Closing costs. Let's say you're an investor, so you're putting 20% down. I don't know what your interest rate's going to be. I think it's going to be closer to like, let's just say 8 to be conservative. Let's go there, and then your monthly. It was 3 repeating is what it was. So you're at negative $15. If you were self-managing it, and honestly, your management fee is going to be higher for an Airbnb. It's just the way things go. You're negative $132. So maybe it's not the best investment, but lowball that offer. Put more money down. Find another workaround. Maybe you have a lower interest rate. If you were to buy this for a primary, let's say, you're gonna get it at 6 it's like 777 right now as we speak. That's the rate. It's 15%. Boom, there you go. It cash flows if you buy this as a primary residence. You live there for a year, and then you put Airbnb tenants in there as you find your new home to continue the same process. Going on to our last one of the day. Not going to go into very much detail on this one either. It's a unique type situation. It is 9176 East US Highway 136. Not in a bad spot. I think Brownsburg is a very growing area. I think the rent on here is very underestimated, but that might be for a couple of reasons. We'll look at the photos and then I'll tell you why. I kind of like the idea or the aesthetic of this house. It gives me a condo vibe, but it is a home. It's kind of like a barn. That looks like access to one of the units there. We see one condenser here. It does look like we have 3 gas meters. That's important to note. I don't know if this is crawl access or maybe this house has a cellar. I'm not 100% sure on that. I like the mix of the brick, stone, stucco, and siding. You will need some new siding here. There's a shed right there. 2 of the access points were up those stairs. We've got unit 75 and unit, I think 77. It's turned a little bit. Could be 71. The whole house is going to need carpeting and the walls painted. It's really the only thing I really see that needs to happen here. Otherwise, everything else is on the exterior. This unit is a little worse off. Bathroom is honestly not bad. I'd probably go ahead and put a new tub in there just because this honestly does look like it's a very short tub, so that's kind of interesting. Wouldn't be a very comfortable bath in my opinion. But why did I bring this property up? Why didn't I already buy it already? A triplex at $225. It's not zoned properly. It's zoned single family. So maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe this tax report is incorrect and I'm going to get proven wrong. It is listed as multifamily triplex, but unfortunately it is not zoned accurately. So if you were to buy this property, you'd want to look into the zoning a little bit more, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. I'm going to copy the address here. And I have these saved. I need to save them. I think I have actually. I think I saved them. We were switching our emails, so I have different accounts now, and it sucks. But it's okay. So I've got like a pink here, and the other one's dark red because I picked the same color, and it freaked out and picked a different color for me. Hopefully it shows up. They don't always show up on here. Oh no. Brownsburg. No, it's not going to show up. Woodlawn Ave. Wait, maybe we can just do this. Boom, here we go. Zoning. We've got D5 zoning, so that is preferable, and I'll show you why. Then I go to this sheet here. Say, what does D5 zoning mean? You got D5 zoning here on page 22. Scroll down all the way to page 22. No, I cannot insert the number because you've got all of these articles before the actual paper starts. I don't know if this is called a paper report or I don't know what this is called, to be honest. It's an ordinance. It's an ordinance. D5 is probably the most common zoning that I personally have seen. Let's see. We've got a single-family dwelling on a lot that's 5,000 square feet, or a two-family dwelling on a lot that's 9,000 square feet. Provided, however, attachment to public or septic water. We see nothing about a triplex here, meaning that this house is not zoned properly. I would not purchase this home unless I cannot give the advice to purchase this home. To be honest, I don't think it would be a good investment. I think you're going to end up getting a tenant in there, and they're going to make a whole fuss about it not being regulated, and you're going to end up losing money. So these are good ones to keep an eye out for. Yes, it would be awesome if it were a triplex, but every time before you purchase a multifamily property, even a single family property, you need to check the zoning. At least that's going to give you peace of mind of knowing what you can do with the property in the future, and also let you know what requirements are needed for other similar properties in your area. And that helps you run comps as well. Like if you see that your house has the potential to be turned into a duplex in the future, but 80% of the houses in your neighborhood don't have a large enough lot, well, your house is probably more expensive or worth more. Not even just because it has more land, but because it has more potential with zoning. With a very competitive market that we have and inventory being very limited, changing single-family homes to multifamily homes is a huge and big deal. It's going to help us have more inventory and increase affordability in the city. But unfortunately, this one would not make the cut. It also has an assumable VA loan at 2.8%. So I'm going to be really sad if somebody ends up purchasing this thinking it's a triplex, and then they get in there and they end up losing a lot of money. You could probably make it a duplex. I didn't look, to be honest, at rents. We can do that real quick too before we get off of here. What would the rents be? I don't know how many bedrooms there are in the units either. Doesn't say anything about that. Let's see if we can't find out how many bedrooms there are. Nope, they've provided no information for us, so thanks for not making this any easier on a very complicated deal. Brownsburg, Indiana. Let's say best case scenario, they're 2 bedrooms. They're probably 1. You're a really good landlord. You want to be in the 75th percentile. There's a chance. Put you at $1,300 for rent. Times 2, you're looking at $2,600. If you were to make this a duplex, it'd be close, but you're going to need to get it lower than $225, that's for sure. You're going to need to do some repairs on this thing. It needs new siding. Looks like it might need a new roof. It needs some landscaping, that's for sure. And it needs all new flooring and not new drywall, but new paint. That is all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you didn't, I had a podcast yesterday. If you haven't seen it, you should go look back on my Facebook page, and you should go click on it and watch it. It's going to be up on YouTube, and I'll post it on Facebook again on Sunday. A little bit of editing that I'll do, but I wanted to stream that live. That way, if anybody ever has questions, it'll pop up on their feed, and they'll be able to hop in. I don't really care how many people are going to hop on there when we're going live or anything, but we will publish the episodes every Sunday after that. This week's guest was Brooke Peters. She is a loan officer with Union Home Loans or Mortgage, one of the two, can't remember. But we had an awesome conversation. We had coffee a few weeks back, and I was like, I got to get this girl on the podcast. We just had a good conversation, and she's really all about helping first-time home buyers, and that's what January is going to be about on that podcast. Next week, I am going to be having on a old friend of mine, Adriana Burke. She is with D.R. Horton, so if you need to or want to learn about new builds in the area, she is going to be a great, great resource for that. D.R. Horton is the largest home builder in the nation, so I'm hoping she's going to bring tons and tons of value to our conversation. The week after that, I'm going to be talking with my friend and client, Adam. Adam is a first-time home buyer. I think he's going to provide us a really, really great perspective on what it's like to be a first-time home buyer here in 2024. We've been looking for a home here for about a month now. We're not being super aggressive or anything. He's still on a lease, but making sure that you're getting into the market as soon as possible is how you're going to get your dream home. It takes the average home buyer 4 to 5 months to purchase their home. So if you're not already looking now, you're going to be buying that house after August, and that's when prices go up. So if you want to buy a house and get a deal on it, you got to buy at the beginning of the year. It's just how cycles work, man. I don't make the rules. I just play the game. Have a good one. I don't know if I'll be on here tomorrow. We'll see. It's Friday. It's always busy and hectic. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you again on Monday. Or you can watch my podcast that I'll put out on Sunday. Thank you.